Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I hope you've had a great week. I know this is a little different setup. Sorry, I'm going to adjust that just a little bit here. I don't know if my whole head is in there or not. But I know this is a little different setup, but I just couldn't get it quiet enough in my office to get this done this evening. So I'm actually in my bedroom. I know it would have been nice if I could have at least put a little bit more appealing background, but anyway, I'm sure you won't mind. It's a little change of scenery, but I hope you've had a great week. I hope it's been a productive week for you, and hopefully you're if not already wound down, you're winding down for the Sabbath. What a blessing it is to have this opportunity each and every week to reflect on our purpose, to be able to fellowship with those of like mind. You know, that's something that has been on my mind this week that I just want to mention. It's been a busy week here, but there have been a lot of things I've been trying to follow in the news and elsewhere, you know, with reference to just, I think in many ways, where we're at in human history and the things that are taking place right now in this world, some of the major trends that are taking place. And it's, even though I've been working a lot on feast preparations this week, I've gotten a lot accomplished, thankfully. It was time to make a big dent in that, and so I'm very close to at least having all of our volunteer letters sent and children's choir music in the mail, and et cetera, but I still hope to make a couple of new videos for our feast website. That's coming up. Hopefully I'll be able to do that next week. But anyway, I've been seeing some articles out there, and one I came across today. I don't know the headline. I forgot to bring it in here with me, but it said something like "Wimps and Wussies." You know, the new TV lineup is hard on men, and so it's talking about the new lineup here on TV and some of these new shows that are coming out, and it really made a point. I was glad the angle that the article took, because it really pointed out that men are being undermined more and more and more on television. And you know, they're the idiots. They're not the ones in charge anymore. They're not the big boss. They're kind of the buffoons that are answering to the boss lady that's very strict, and she's in command. And there's been a very purposeful turn in the way that these TV shows are produced and how they're portraying women. And ABC in general makes it a point to say that is exactly what they're going to continue to do. You know, with the whole, just all the programming that's out there. I don't know all these shows, but I do know that more and more they're painting men as the weaklings, the wimps, the wussies that have to report to you know, these strong, confident women. And it's just amazing, and I couldn't help but be reminded of Isaiah 3 and verse 12, because it's very very clear here what direction all these things are going, and we don't need to make any mistake about this. It's very purposeful. It's being done very openly and brazenly. Isaiah 3 and verse 12 says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, those who lead you cause you to err and destroy the way of your paths." So it says right here, the children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You know, if we stop there, we might say, okay, well, children are oppressing, but women are taking more of a leadership role. But we don't stop there. The verse keeps going. "Oh, my people, those who lead you cause you to err." You know, brethren, we can't ever afford to lose track of what God is doing with, you know, the differences in male and female. That we were created with very specific purposes in mind, with responsibilities in mind. Women are not subpar. They're not on a different level in that sense, but we are certainly created for different roles, different ways that we are to be used in certain capacities. Men are born to be leaders. And so, this idea, it's not just, oh, ha, look what they're doing on TV. They're undermining everything that God created the differences in the sexes for. And so it's not something that's just, ha, look what they're doing. This is horrifying. And it's destroying the very fabric of society, any healthy society, and that is the family. And Satan is attacking, and he wants to destroy it. And he uses these means to do it subtly, cunningly, and carefully. And that's the same approach that he's taking when he does any kind of deceiving. He's in the deception business, my friends, and we need to understand this, and we need to think about these things. The Scriptures don't say these things in vain. In 2 Peter 2, I would encourage you to go back through these things. Keep it on your list of things to go back and review from time to time, because it is important. 2 Peter 2 and verse 18, this whole chapter is talking about destructive doctrines, the doom of false teachers, the depravity of false teachers, etc., etc. And brethren, make no mistake about this either. There are many false teachers out there today. And they are alive and well, and they are doing the same subtle, cunning, trying to deceive people and trying to work in a way that undermines the very fabric of what the Church of God is all about. The purpose for the Church of God. There is a purpose. It's not just, oh, well, we just go about our business independently doing whatever we want to do. That's hogwash. You will not read that anywhere in the Scriptures if you read it honestly and with God's Spirit in the lead. God's church is organized. Everything is done decently and in order, and He created positions in the church so that there would be proper leadership. Just like He created the man and the family so there would be proper leadership. And that reflected on the government that exists in the church, between Christ and the church, a husband and a wife. All these things have tremendous implications. They're not little tiny things. They're huge. And we've got to think about these things and think about these false teachers and keep our minds really focused on the purpose of why we're here. What are we doing when it comes to our roles as husbands and wives, when it comes to why we're in the Church of God, that we're here on a mission that we've been given by Jesus Christ Himself, who's in the lead. And we have a mission to preach this gospel. We have a work to do. We're being prepared. God is preparing a people ready to serve, ready to rule. We are being prepared for rulership positions, nothing less. And how in the world do we ever expect to be given such honor and glory in the family of God if we can't humble ourselves and be teachable now, and if we can't submit to the government of God? 2 Peter 2 and verse 18, for when they speak great swelling words of emptiness. A lot of these false teachers, big words, and they're just so, they don't look like false teachers. They sound good. They're very courteous. They're very careful, and they're very loving sometimes in that sense. But they speak great swelling words of emptiness. They don't mean anything. Oh, well, we have our own ideas about church government. Well, we have these ideas about how we really should be keeping the Sabbath. Well, we have these ideas about the Passover. On and on and on and on. Big swelling words of emptiness. And I get really fired up about these things, and I hope you do too. Because we have to know these things are out there, or we're going to be deceived. We've got to know what we know. We've got to stand firm to the truth. We've got to understand the purpose of the church, why we're here, why we've been called. Because these people are out there, and they're trying to pick us off. They're trying to deceive us and bring us out of the very church of God, the body of Christ, where the work is being accomplished, where people are being prepared for rulership. And we don't ever want to get sidetracked and distracted from that purpose. They allure through the lusts of the flesh, through lewdness, the ones who have actually escaped from those who live in error. See, we're not talking about some weirdos out there that are just trying to deceive, the people in the world. No, this is talking about people that sound good, big swelling words. They have words that they use. They're very cunning, just as Satan is cunning and careful, and is very patient. You know, these people have the same approach. But it's not talking about the people in the world. He's talking about those that had come out of this world. See, they had come out of this, you know, those who had escaped from those who live in error. You know, we've come out of that system, and some people want to try to pull us right out of the church of God, and yet they say, oh no, we're still members of the body. We're still out here. We're just kind of doing things a different way, but we're still converted. We're still members of the body of Christ. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by these people. If God's church has a mission and a purpose, then this is what it's all about. We in the living church of God have a purpose and a mission, and we're following through on it. And I will not ever back down from those who would wish to cause God's people to err, to bring them away from what we're trying to do here, which is prepare for rulership positions. So I hope you'll think that through, pray about it, meditate on these things this Sabbath as you have opportunity. I hope you have a wonderful Sabbath wherever you are. We're planning on being in Dubuque for the Sabbath, and we look forward to seeing them. It's been some time, and we hope wherever you're at, you'll have a fantastic, profitable, wonderful Sabbath. We love you all, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Take care.